Attitude is everything, dude.
Hello folks. Been a while since I've been out here walking the dog in the park here, hunting squirrels. And she's really changed since the last time I went through here 2 weeks ago. I've been just going to training camp and taking them to a closer park. But geez, big changes here. Unreal. Everything's green. And you know what that means, folks. Green is the color. She's time for some CFL football. And it's game day for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. A preseason game taking on the evil Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Yes sirree. The green's coming to town. I talked earlier about my thoughts about preseason games, winning and losing them. I don't think there's a coach or a player alive that wouldn't say they'd prefer to win the game. I hate when they say, oh, it's only was a preseason game. My foot. I said before, I don't care if I'm playing my number 2s, 3s, or 4s. I'd like to see that they're better than any other team's 2, 3s, and 4s. And the more you can dominate them preseason, the better to me. I know they aren't taking all their starters to Winnipeg. Actually, I'm quite surprised they're taking as many as they are starters. Well, what I believe to be starters, you just never know. There's a few on there that I wonder about, you know, like Lacombo. He was sitting out a couple times. The last couple practices, he wasn't doing that much. They were using Jackson Ford back there. I wonder if he's dinged up or if they're sitting him. It's not like the guy could use some practice. You know, he did come on last season at the end, but I'd sure like to see how he's performing early this season. Ryder, where are you? Come on, let's go. Come on, Ryder. And another guy, what's with Picton? I don't know what's going on there. That guy definitely could use the practice. And he wasn't even dressed in any of the practices at Griffiths at training camp. And they're not bringing him. Another guy I would think's probably hurt. They're not bringing him is Charbel DeBeer or whatever how they say it. Defensive lineman. I saw he got a bit wounded a couple practices, last 2 training camps I was at there, practices. So maybe he's dinged up. He was rubbing his knee. So the rest of them that they left behind, I can see why they leave them behind. But in this preseason game, my big hopes are for a few guys, especially Daniel Johnson. We got him last season and he sat on the practice roster. He was a guy that was sort of prone to injury, and I don't think he was at full speed last year, but he didn't really get in there much. But all training camp, they've been using him in a tackle position. And I'll tell you what, that's my dream come true. Saskatchewan Roughriders have a Canadian tackle, right tackle or left tackle. They got him as right tackle, and Tate at the left tackle. And another bit of a surprise, they've got Furland at center with Fry at left guard and Brammer at right guard. I thought they would be using that Fry at center, but they got Noel back and Furland up at center. Very interesting. I guess I'm just hoping Furland can take over and not get injured. That Noel is down a couple on the starting positions. That'll be very interesting. I'm really hoping that Johnson can really step up though at right tackle. Boy, that'd be a real ratio breaker. If if you could get him playing there. The rest of the team are pretty well the way everybody would expect them. One guy I'm glad to see that's going is Saunders. He was another guy that was sitting out a bit at the end there, so I didn't know what was wrong with him, but they got him starting with Rose in the middle. We get to see Rose in action. And another guy I'd really like to see pick it up. He was gaining a lot of momentum last year playing on defensive tackle, was Baldonado. Yeah, Baldonado, and him and Corte Moore. I'll tell you, that'd be nice to have those guys, either one of those guys, be able to take a permanent position, really help with the ratio again. Well, I guess we'll see Carney a bit over in the other defensive tackle, but like I said, that Marion's over on the other side. I can't wait to see how he does too. He did pretty good in camp. This is the first time you really get to see the linemen in action, full bore. Well, I guess everybody, but now these guys aren't hitting their teammates. They're actually hitting somebody on the other side of the field that's not on your team, and you want to beat them every time. And who cares about scuffles? You know, go at it hard and knock them to the ground. Win your position. That's what you got to do. Win your position. Boy, am I excited. It's been a long wait to get this season underway, that's for damn sure. For me anyway. But seeing all this green, man, it gets my blood pressure a flowing, that's for sure. Yeah, green's the color, and hopefully this green goes to the cup this year. That's my goal for the team. Get to the cup. I know it's everybody's goal, but I'll tell you what, we deserve it. 4 cups, it just doesn't sound right, does it? Only 4 bloody Grey Cups. Yeah, it's our turn, folks, and on paper we're looking pretty damn good. Really, we are. But paper don't mean diddly. You know, you gotta put it on the line and win those big games. And injuries are play a big part, but you got backups, and that's what you're getting to see right now. That's why I said I'd really like to see the backups. If they can beat their backups, that's a win. Oh, I better get over here. Dogs barking at some other dogs here. There's a couple other guys I'll be trying to keep a lookout for. It's hard to watch all these guys if you can't. I don't know if when they just stream the game, it's on that CFL Plus. We didn't rate TSN. We got CFL Plus out west. They kept all TSN in the east. Maybe it saves on their travel, cheap buggers. Maybe this new commissioner can do something about that. And you get some more coverage on the main networks. But the guy I'd like to watch is that AJ Allen. Boy, that'd be another position. That weak side linebacker. You know, be able to use him in there. That'd be a bonus. And I'll tell you what, I was impressed with his speed. One time he was running down the field with Alfred, and Alfred was trying to pull away, and he couldn't pull away from AJ Allen. That's really bugged my eyes out. I go, wow, he's keeping right up with what's supposed to be a speedster. And another strange thing is Dalkey. He's not even back at the safety. They got that Aguirre, the draft pick, backing up Ford back there. But Dalkey, they show him as a weak side linebacker. Not sure if he's got the size. He's got the veracity. He likes hitting hard and likes playing hard, but I don't know, you got to have a little bit more size. Miller Jr. backing up Thurman. he's actually going to play. And they're taking Harris too, but I don't think he'll get many snaps. You know, maybe a first quarter or something, but I wouldn't even bother. Let's have a look at Mayer and see what Stevens can do, and Koner there, see how he can do. Running backs, they got AJ there, but maybe they're going to give him a few touches, but it's going to be a real fight between Anderson and Penix. I can't wait to see how they actually run the ball when the guys can actually tackle them. Gonna be a real interesting. Man, I'm excited. Bring on that game, bring on that game. Here's an area, this park, where they spent a bunch of money putting shrubs and trees in. Really nice. I can't wait. There's a lot of these ones are flowering and looks like they're roses, wild roses or something. It's gonna look really nice in here. Got the fences along here to keep them safe. And I guess it'll see how much Campbell gets to play out there in the corner. You know, he really not proven either to see it back in the CFL. I got high hopes for him. He looked pretty damn good in camp, what I could watch. I mainly, like everybody knows, watch the linemen about 70% of the time, and the rest I'm just, whenever a play happens. But I like watching the linemen. To me, linemen are the bread and butter of the football team, and we need a good offense and defensive line. It's just too bad that we lost McHugh and Gubner. Jesus, that's a vicious blow for us, folks. Vicious. Ryder, we're going this way. Come on, we're going this way. But that was a vicious blow, mainly because of the Canadian contact. You know, they're both Canadian, both were scheduled to be in there, and both are gone. It's a tragedy, but we gotta move on. It's not like they're coming back anytime soon, so we got what we got, folks. We got what we got. And soon see. I want to go into Winnipeg and take them down, that's for sure. I sure the hell hope so. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, it'll be hard to watch them all with that stream. I'm not sure if anybody knows you can keep rerunning. Like, I like taping the games, and then I like rewinding and seeing what each guy's doing. You don't really know exactly what their responsibility, but let me tell you, watching football, you know what they're supposed to be doing, and 90% of the time, unless there's just specific call on. Anyway, that's enough babbling on. We'll talk to you after the game, probably Sunday here. Maybe go for a bike ride and talk about the game along the river. Sure, a beautiful day today. Hope it's like this in Winnipeg and no big gusts of wind come along to ruin our day. Anyway, till next time, go Riders, go. Let this be the year, baby. Let this be the year.